All right, welcome to the Hot Mess Mountain Mamas, episode 39.
That is right. And today we're talking about seasons of life.
Yep.
And each season has things that have to be the focus and the priority, and everything else is extra. So we've talked a little bit about this in the past, but we wanted to dig in a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And I just want you guys to know that I've entered a new season of life because I had to pluck my nose hairs this morning. Because I was looking in the mirror and I was like, what is happening? Okay.
We were just talking about our gray hairs that we're getting.
And I have a few. I don't know if they show up in the video, but they're starting to show.
I know, I have some right here too.
Oh yeah, are we gonna be the Hot Mess Mountain Mamas with widow's peaks?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, same
seas.
Yeah.
With our little gray hairs.
Yeah, with our little gray hairs right up front.
That's
right
right.
For display.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that you know we're old.
Yeah. There's no tricking you. It's got the gray to prove it. So, but seasons.
Seasons. Yep.
And so for me right now, having a new toddler has kind of shifted the focus for the season to really come back to family.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't, not that family hasn't been a focus, but I was starting to be able to have some other focuses. Like all of my kids were in school. They're all grade school through junior high. And so I'm like, oh, I can do some other things, and had kind of started to pursue some other things. Yeah. And then we get a toddler and I'm like, I can still do those things.
Yeah.
And God is like, can you though?
Can you though? Because she's definitely getting a little bit more active too.
She is. She's like, yeah. So she has cerebral palsy. So when we first got her home 4 months ago, 4 months, she was able to roll over, but it's very labor intensive for her.
Yep.
So, we're just gonna ignore that call. It's such a distraction. Somebody's calling me.
We're all like,
I care. It's eye care.
All the eye care.
Fix my eyes, my old lady eyes.
Right.
Speaking of seasons, they probably want to know if I'm going to keep my appointment. Anyway, yes, I'm coming. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I have to get my eyes checked. But anyway, I've had kind of these other fingers starting to go out of things that I wanted to pursue and wanted to do, and there's nothing wrong with those things. But having a new toddler who also has cerebral palsy, she has a lot of needs. So, and I'm happy to address those, but it means that my focus kind of has to shift back. Yep. And it just is requiring for me to show myself some grace in some of the other areas. Yes. Like, I've been on a health journey. We've talked about that in the past.
Yep. That season of our health journeys.
Season of health journey. And for a season, I was able to really focus on that. Yeah. And I'm happy with the progress I've made. But now I have to show myself a little bit of grace in that, because my attentions and my time are being shifted. And I think initially I've been like, but I still want to do it all. And God was like, do you? See how this goes.
Can you really do it all, though?
Yeah. And so then, do you know what was happening is my time with the Lord was starting to take a back seat. My devotional time was like, oh, if I want to get a workout in, I got to get out first thing in the morning. Or, oh, she didn't sleep last night, so I'll sleep in, and then I'll go. And then that time in the morning was getting kind of pushed out, that time with the Lord. And then I'm like, well, I'll do it at night. I'll do it later. And then I'd be super tired. Or my husband would be like, do you want to watch a movie or hang out together? And I'd be like, oh yeah, I got you later.
Yeah. I should build my marriage.
That's
biblical.
And so it's totally biblical. So then I'm like, okay, well, just get rid of that voicemail. They were like, come check your eyes. You're getting old. Speaking of which, I have trifocals now.
No.
Because
Stop.
I need...
I haven't even had my eyes checked in forever.
I can't see in any of the fields.
You need help. I'm just going to be like my dad. Who gets a pack of the eyeglasses at Sam's Club.
Oh, yeah.
And he will just, depending on what he's doing, he'll like, I have seen him with like 3 different pairs.
Yeah, there you go.
If he's like doing something that's like, he needs to be able to see it up close. And I'm always just like, Dad, what in the world?
Nope, not these. How about the
He's
up?
like,
There you go.
It works.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Sam's Club. There you go. Your solution.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, so I've had to focus. So my health journey is still important to me. And I don't want to lose.
Well, and I
go
feel
back,
like,
but
I feel like that's kind of a, like, as soon as you start down a health journey and you've been doing it for months, it kind of starts to become second nature. Like, you know how to, even if you fall out of it, like we've done a little bit these last couple months.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do to just bring it back into the lane.
Right.
And so then once you do that, then it's okay, now I can turn my focus back to this new season because that's second nature now.
Yeah. And so what I've been also doing is I'm putting her in the stroller and we're going for more walks more often than I'm necessarily making it to the gym.
Right.
And sometimes I take her with me, but then sometimes she doesn't cooperate at all.
Sometimes she hates you.
Yeah, sometimes she's like, I want out of this pack and play. So it just doesn't work out. So I've had to show myself grace. And I've lost some of what I feel as though I've lost some of the progress that I had made, but it's not really a loss in the sense of like, I'm never can get that back.
Right.
So right now, I have to give myself some grace and my family some grace to say, okay, this is not the season for me for the health journey to be a primary focus.
Right.
It can still be a focus, but it can't be my top.
Right. And that's kind of where I was starting to go 3 days a week.
Yes.
And now I'm recognizing I have, like, the last couple weeks, I have really been exhausted, but part of it has been not only am I working out at the gym, I'm like out like teaching riding lessons and riding the horse, and I'm out irrigating and I'm building things and we're fixing to do fencing, and I'm like, my body is like, okay,
I can
listen here.
Yeah.
That's great that you're lifting more. That's great. That's great because it's you can do all these things. But I can tell it's like, okay, I think I need to back off.
Yeah.
It's just back to like that 2 day. Yeah. Because it's just, and it takes time. It totally takes time by the time you leave your house and you get there and you work out and you come back. And I love supporting Kaylin and what she does. And so part of me feels guilty because I'm like, but I really want to support her in this.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, there's seasons. There's seasons for us to go, okay, this is spring. And in spring and in summer, I'm outside already working and moving and essentially meeting my health goals just by doing those activities. Yes, I still need to go to the gym and do some weightlifting and such because it does help me in the long run with those tasks. But I might need to back off a little bit.
Well,
so these other jobs can get done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because in the summer, there's a lot more of those things that have to happen on your little ranch. Wait, what do you call it? Homestead?
It's a homestead.
Little homestead.
It's like a mini homestead.
Yeah, it's so cute. They've got
cute.
sheep and like a really big garden and chickens and turkeys. I kept wanting to say geese. I'm like,
I was like, what is she getting at? What is she trying to say?
I was like, I'm trying to come up with turkey. Not geese. Yeah, geese. No. Turkeys. They don't eat geese.
Yeah. I don't like geese.
Yeah.
You do. Goose, like Christmas goose.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I've never had one.
I'd rather shoot one in the wild, though.
Yeah.
They're kind of mean. Like, they hiss at you. They're like, do like this.
Oh, really?
It's like, and then they come at you, and they're like, yeah, I don't like this.
They're mean. Yeah.
They're mean.
Yeah.
They're mean.
Well,
in case you all wanted to know.
So, now you're the 411 on geese. Stay tuned for the Hot Mess Mountain Madness.
Exactly. Our neighbors had geese. That's probably,
okay.
I'm sure there are geese out there that are nice, but our neighbors had mean geese. And what's funny is it's total side note. I'm so sorry. Our neighbors' geese, they just stopped feeding them because they wanted them to go away.
And did they not go away?
They did. They walked down the road one day and they disappeared. Like,
oh my gosh. They just took off.
They just ran away.
Wow. Well,
there was habitat. Yeah. There was habitat
yeah.
around there, so it wasn't like they completely abandoned.
Well, like
it.
we have geese. We have wild geese that come every spring. They've showed up the last few weeks.
Yep.
But sorry. Yeah, geese. Geese, 411 on the geese. But what I also was reminded of, it's like, but then I'm like, oh yeah, I forget how important that time with God has to be. So that always has to be a priority no matter what's going on.
Yep.
And so when that's starting to get shifted aside, then my priorities are out of alignment.
Yep.
So, working out is very helpful for my mental health and my attitude.
So true.
Let's be real. But going for a walk is really beneficial.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
So, and eating healthy is really good for me. But sometimes, like, we spend a lot of time traveling back and forth for appointments because we live in the middle of nowhere. And we have stopped and eaten things that I wouldn't normally eat. Yep. And so it's like, okay, this is a season where you don't throw everything out. Right. You don't just be like, well, screw it. I'm just going to like eat donuts and chocolate for the rest of my life, exactly. Like, for the next 3 months, and just lay on the couch and watch, I don't know, daytime television. I don't even know what daytime television is. There daytime television anymore with all the
soap operas? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, obviously I'm not going to do that.
We don't know because we don't pay for it up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We haven't had TV, like actual TV, in years. But yeah, so it's like, but it's finding that balance, and different seasons are going to require more attention go to different things.
Right. And it could be that it's like, okay, yeah, once fall and winter hit, it's like we pick back up doing more of the exercise, or we pick back up being able to pursue the things that we love, in terms of whether it's like working on a book, or for me, continuing to work on the homestead, or inside projects actually.
Inside projects.
But
that's also your business. Your business maybe can be like, you always are working the business, but in the summer other things are required on the homestead. Right. And so just shifting things around for the balance of that.
And moving it. And I feel like another key thing with all of this, because we kind of were talking about like transitions and change, which kind of flows into this whole talking about seasons now. So we were talking about transitions and change because that's what we were in the middle of, and how you actually have to take time to really think and process through what does need to change, what does need to come. And then once you're in that season, now that God has said, like, this is what you should be doing and you should not be doing these things, I feel like it's one of those things where now you can kind of step into that and embrace it.
Yeah.
But you also need to be in your quiet times continuing to seek God every day, of going, is this the season I'm still supposed to be in? Or is there something that needs to shift or change? Yeah,
I think that's really good.
And just keeping tabs on all that. It's hard to keep tabs on all that, especially for me. I have a tendency to just I just blaze ahead and I get the jobs done and I don't plan. I'm not a planner. But it's amazing to me when I do plan how much God really starts to speak to me, even through my planning, not even through like my Bible reading and prayer time. A lot of time if I'm sitting there and just trying to think through things and figure things out, and where is this going to fit, and can I make this happen? It's like, that's when God is like, yeah, that can't happen. You really shouldn't do that. And then it's like, are you sure though? I just can't run outside right now and go ahead and just take care of that, or hop in my car and just go take care of that?
Just go do it.
It'll only take an hour. And then of course, 3 days later.
Yeah. Well, and that is, I think the piece is like, God should always be at the top. Your family should always be right at the top, and so everything else kind of has to shift around. So I was like getting a little annoyed that like I cannot get to the gym. Like, what the heck? Like, every time I try, something happens, or like someone's sick, or we have an appointment, or I get into a good routine and then it gets it gets all jumbled. And so part of me was like, like I'm getting so frustrated. And then so for me, just thinking about seasons of like, I had to come back and be like, I have other things I got to focus on right now. Besides that.
And you know what's so cool is your friends have grace for you in that. So do we want to see you at the gym? Absolutely. Do we want to work out with you? Yeah, I would love to see you and work out with you, like all the time. But
do nothing else, right?
all the time. We're Becca and Jacqi. Oh, we're at the gym with
Still
Kaylin.
at the gym. Yeah. And Kaylin, if you haven't seen previous posts where we've talked about health, she's our friend and also our personal trainer because she's awesome.
Yeah. But your friends are going to get that. Your friends are, those people are going to be the ones that are going to support you and go, yeah, I can see that that's the season you're in. And so pursue what you need to pursue. And when you can come back, we are going to be so excited to see you. Yeah. But just know, like, we love you. We're supporting you.
And who are like supportive in tangible ways, I feel like too, because like our friend Sarah has been like, hey, if you want to go for a walk, like I can, you know, let me know if you're going, maybe I can join you. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, well that's cool, you know. Yeah. So being able to, and I've had seasons where I didn't have people really who came alongside as well. Yeah. But
yeah, I feel like because of where Jacqi lives, she lives in an area where it's like there's lots of other people that live in the area. So I was actually just thinking about that of how cool is it that you can go out for a walk and you might be able to just text a couple people and be like, hey, I'm fixing to go out on a walk. If you want to come out and join me as I walk by your house. Yeah,
exactly.
I was like, that's
I'll just look at you in your windows and be like, are you coming out?
You walk by, you're like,
I'm like, hey,
come on,
get out here. Because I live in a residential area where there's a lot of houses. Yeah. They're like, of the 500 people who live in this county,
like, it's funny that you just
200 of them live right here.
Yeah. Oh, what, 30 houses that are in this area?
Yeah, exactly. So
I was just thinking, it's like you're getting out, you're getting exercises, you're getting those happy endorphins flowing.
Especially now that the sun is actually out.
Thank the Lord, and it's not like 15 out.
Or blowing like negative 20 degrees.
Exactly, yep. And that you're also then getting those people that can come alongside and actually have those conversations that are encouraging and uplifting too. So.
And Becca came all the way down the hill.
I did.
I come to my house today.
Left my children at the house.
the goats are babysitting them, or sheep.
The sheep. Wait,
that's right. Yeah. Do you have goats too?
No,
just sheep. Yeah, that's sheep.
Right. We have a ram. You know, we have that ram that's like got the huge horns. So I think that's why people get
looks
confused.
like a goat.
He does. He actually looks really similar to the bighorn sheep.
Yeah, he actually does. Yeah.
But he's handsome.
Yes, he is. So, any final thoughts? Digress again. This is what happens when you put two moms who have ADHD together. We're like, hey, shiny things.
Especially in the spring and summertime, because we're like walks and sun and animals and flowers. Yeah. And coffee. You want some chocolate?
And happiness. Yeah, they're like, tone it down on the coffee. You have some sunshine now.
We didn't even have coffee.
No, we don't even have any today.
Okay, so that's the other thing. Maybe this is my parting advice, because Donna gave this to us last night.
Okay.
The importance of sunshine, that sunshine can actually wake you up better than coffee can. And so if you step out into which usually out here though, in the early mornings when the sun comes up, it's
by
still
the time
30.
The sun shows up at 11 a.m.
Right, where we've already had like 5 cups of coffee.
Exactly.
But if you want to boost those endorphins, if you're going through a season of change, or you're in a new season and you're just trying to figure things out, step outside, breathe in this fresh spring, summer air.
Yeah, especially at this time of year.
Oh, I know.
Do take the vitamin D supplements in the winter, because I step outside with my coat and my hat and my everything on, so I don't actually get any vitamin D. But this time of year,
your face immediately freezes.
And your face is covered in a sheet of frost instantly. You're like, anyway.
Yep.
Lovely mountain life for you. So, so share with us, what season are you in? What are your focuses right now? Because we would love to hear. And are you having to shift those? And if so, are you in a season of transition? Have you recently shifted things around? Are you what season are you in?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
And also subscribe
Yep.
So that
Subscribe.
next week.
Yeah, we haven't announced on here.
No, we didn't. That's what I just realized.
Yeah.
So
we have an announcement.
So we have 57 subscribers.
Woo!
So we're so excited that anybody watches us.
I know, pretty much.
So we're doing a giveaway, and we have a shorter reel. If you want to check that out to see everything showed off, because I already put it in the house. Sorry, but it's chocolate bar, a chocolate brew, and
your coloring
devotional book, and a patch, Hot Mess Mountain Mama's leather patch, which is our logo. Pretty cool, and it's our logo. That's how
we have a logo.
That's how official we are. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing a giveaway next week. So if you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe, because we are picking a winner from our subscribers. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to sell us your soul or your email address. They're kind of the same. In order to be in it, you just have to subscribe. So
that's it.
Yep.
So, and if you want to, I guess,
if you
increase your chances of not getting it, then you should share with other people that they should subscribe.
Yeah, if you would like to lower your chances.
So backwards.
If you would like to have less chance of winning, please share so that other people will subscribe. Because that's how we do things.
Or do they get
here.
an extra? Do they get their name put in the
I don't know.
extra?
How would we know? Maybe you say.
You'd have to tell us who you told.
Yeah.
And be like, and they subscribed.
Yes. So if you do that.
So it would be an extra work.
It would be extra work. But if you want to put the effort forth, we'll put in an extra ding for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Extra ticket.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Ticket. That's right. We should get the little paper tickets.
Yeah.
And put everybody's name on it.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Oh, that's so old school.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. They have those spinners, though. Those name spinners. Yeah.
They do.
So anyway, subscribe. All that to say, subscribe. Right. And also find Becca at
Becca Maria EO.
And you can find me, just Jacqi Cambish, on the platforms.
Yep.
All right.
And that's it.
Have a happy day.
Yep. We'll talk to you next week.